Hang on, Pete. It's one of those nights. Keep waving, keep smiling, keep waving, keep smiling. There we go. Now you're good.
We're on. Yes. Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Whew.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay. That's
Still
okay.
those nights.
Welcome to IFB, everyone. I'm New York Pete with my buddy, the Tipsy Toaster. Thanks for joining us on our pop culture sci-fi entertainment channel. Chris and I grew up watching 70s, 80s TV movies, animation, cartoons, and we're all about that era because we lived it, we watched it, and we're big Battlestar Galactica fans. So there you have it. Welcome to the show. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Lola's on. As you guys come on, Carl's on. Welcome to the show live. So we appreciate everybody that comes on live. But Chris, we also appreciate everybody that watches the show afterwards.
We appreciate it. If either way, if you watch this on YouTube or Facebook or that's really the only two you're doing right now. Yeah, if you watch YouTube or Facebook, please don't forget to hit the like button and follow us so we get let everybody know that there's more people out there that watch us. So it helps us in the end. It doesn't. We don't make any money on it, but it helps us.
Slam the likes. Get the likes.
Yep.
The likes.
Poke that like
Absolutely.
button.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So, Chris, this here in the States, we're coming up on Christmas.
Yes.
And we are going to be doing. This is basically our Christmas show, right? Like
yes.
Every good TV.
Only got a couple days till
TV
Christmas.
Series.
Yep.
Yeah. Every good TV show. This is like the week that they'll have, the Christmas themed episode. This is our Christmas themed episode, and
right.
That's why I'm wearing a red shirt.
Right. Mine's red too. You just that's the lights. It's just different color.
Okay. All right.
No. Mine's actually green. You can't tell.
Yours. Oh.
See?
Okay. All right.
It's just different colored lights.
Actually,
different studio look out here.
Yes, the studio. Why don't you set your little tipsy toaster, your mini me?
A mini me.
Set him to you should make him a Christmas color. That's what you should do.
Oh, he will be. Just give him a couple of seconds. He'll change.
Give him a couple seconds. Okay. All right. So let's toast. Let's toast.
Yeah. So tonight's beer is definitely brought to you by Pete's wallet and my wallet. Pete's got his own beer and I got my own beer because we didn't have a unison beer for this evening.
No,
so
but
Pete's got a Modelo,
so
yes. Pete's celebrating the diversity of our individuals across the nation who watch our show, and as well as I am going to celebrate the diversity by drinking a Guinness.
The international, so you're representing the international.
So
yes.
we're both representing the international fans of our show as well as Battlestar Galactica.
That's right.
That's our excuse, and we're going to stick to it. So.
And that's right. That's my story. I'm sticking.
Ready?
Ready.
One, two, three. Whoa.
That was funny. All right.
Now this thing's got a plastic ball in it. You know that?
Ready?
Yeah.
Let's pour, right. Man. Yeah. Go.
Super thick, super foamy.
Okay. So everybody out there, if you guys are also getting ready to toast with us.
Yes, please do.
Robert Baum's on. Jeff Walters on. Thanks for joining us, guys. And so, Chris.
Robert's birthday is today, I believe.
Say again?
I think it's Robert's birthday today.
Gotta get me to the Galactica Church on time, but I was a tad tardy. Only sent down or two, though. Really? Well, happy birthday.
Hey, Robert, am I right? It is your birthday today, correct? You can type in and let us know.
Oh, boy. That's cool. Joining us. All right.
I think it's his birthday today.
So.
Look at that. On his birthday, joining us, I believe.
Outstanding. Happy birthday, buddy.
Yep.
That's awesome. I like
Always,
that.
I would always hated having, if people who had birthdays during Christmas time was always like, oh yeah, here's your Christmas present and your birthday present at the same time.
Yeah.
That's not
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, it's my cousins. My cousins are like that. I have cousins that have that problem. Yeah, they always complained about it.
So,
Well,
anyways, thank you for joining us. It's going to be a Merry Christmas, Happy. Well, we'll see before New Year's, but Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Hanukkah, whatever it is that you celebrate at this time of year. That's for you, and as well as fans fuel the fleet. Anything you got, Pete?
yes. Happy birthday to everyone celebrating, and fans fuel the fleet.
Fans fuel the
Here's
fleet.
to you guys. Okay. Lola says 1 dirty martini with 5 olives. Okay. And
Five?
Robert says, yeah, 5. Robert
Wow.
says, have you guys ever, here's the thought, come up with a recipe for a buzzer, or tell us what Terran beverage would be your pick for such.
Actually,
Well-
Chris does. Yeah. Tipsy Toaster has got a couple of recipes that we've been messing around with. So I think after the new year, we'll be doing a couple of episodes where we'll mix up one. I got one that's called a Tauren Sunset. So
Oh, yeah.
yeah, that was
Yeah,
that's
we
a good
do.
one. Yep.
Yes, great minds. Very, very good, very good, very good. So anyway, guys, tonight is our holiday special, and Chris, we decided that we're going to talk about the old collectibles. Well, they're collectibles now, but when we were growing up,
That makes us collectibles too, I guess.
yes, it does. Absolutely it does. So we're going to talk about what it was like, back in the day when Battlestar Galactica was out, and the toys that were on the shelf and all the fun stuff that was out there, and we put together some stuff on that. But at some point, John 1 will be on, and he's got some updates for us. And so, he's here. He's with us. He's definitely with us. And so he's prepping. We have, he's good to go. All right. So, let's have him on. Chris, if you can work the magic buttons, let's bring John 1 on and see he's got some cool updates. He actually brought something up that I was not aware of, so I was pleasantly surprised. You good?
Hang on, John.
Okay.
His
John.
microphone is live now.
You guys hear me?
And there's John.
Yes.
Go ahead, John.
Hey
all
guys,
you.
you hear me?
Yep.
All right.
Yes.
Okay. We got some good stuff here. Oh. Christmas decoration was in the way. All right. No, don't break it. All right. Sorry, guys. Okay. All right.
That's a collectible, man. Don't break that.
Don't break it. Don't break it.
These things happen at Christmas time. All right. Good evening, everyone. This is John 1 reporting for Interfleet Broadcasting. As we are about to wrap up this year, I just wanted to bring some upcoming news for 2022. The magic just doesn't seem to end. Fantastic Beasts: The Secrets of Dumbledore has released their first trailer. I like the series. It's pretty good. I like the storyline. I like where time it takes place. Even more so now that Mads Mikkelsen will be replacing Johnny Depp as Grindelwald. So I think he's a better Grindelwald. Mads Mikkelsen has that look. So it should be good.
Yeah.
See it April 15th, 2022. So it's a good series. It's going to be pretty good storyline. Spider-Man: No Way Home is in theaters now. If you saw it, it's pretty good. Get out there and see it. If you saw it, Doctor Strange is out there helping him. His new movie, Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, his trailer's out. It looks pretty good. Scarlet Witch is in it. A couple new characters.
Whoa.
It's really going to be good. And see the movie May 6th, 2022. Another Batman movie is out. And another actor will don the cape and cowl. When I first heard it was Robert Pattinson, I was a little shocked. All I could see was him sparkling. From another nameless movie, I actually forgot what it was called. I don't know why I know that, but I do. The more I see the trailer, the more I see the trailer, it grows on me. Colin Farrell is going to be the Penguin. John Turturro is going to be Carmine Falcone. Chloe Kravitz is the Catwoman. Jeffrey Wright's going to be Commissioner Gordon. He's also going to be in the series, and so is Colin Farrell's the Penguin on HBO Max.
Ooh, they're going to have the Penguin.
You're going to see him. Yep. I hope. Yeah, he doesn't go meow, 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 like the original one. A little more dark.
Danny DeVito.
Yeah, yeah, that was pretty good. See you on March 6, 2022. Upcoming shows we'll keep you informed of are Willow, the series, coming to Disney Plus. They're still working on that. She-Hulk, House of the Dragon. That's going to be the first of like 5 or 6 spin-offs from Game of Thrones. She-Hulk, Moon Knight, Peacemaker, January 13th, 2022. See that HBO Max. Lord of the Rings, September 2nd. The Boys, March 2022, and much more. Hopefully we'll see The Acolyte and more storylines. If you haven't seen Hawkeye, wow, what a great series. That was a pretty, aloof at the beginning, but it's really picking up, especially the last episode. Wow. And that's going to lead up to next week for House of Boba Fett, which is going to be really, really good, guys. See that 29th December. Some comics coming in January that are my pick. If you want to get it, get it. Daredevil, Women Without Fear. Matt Murdock steps down, and his girlfriend, friend, enemy, Elektra, takes over the cowl. Issue number 1, January 22nd. Justice League versus Legion of Superheroes. 6-issue series, January 11th. And also Hellboy is coming out with 3 new comics. Take a look at that. Punisher has a new symbol.
What?
It's not the skull. Yeah, the Punisher just went for a new symbol. He's wearing it out. I think it might be part of his issue with his the hand, but I hope it's not his permanent one. But if so, he can keep it. I'll keep my money.
Oh, what's the new symbol look like?
It's what is it? It's like a where's the symbol? I have it here somewhere.
It's not the skull, is
where
it?
it was. No, it's not the skull. It's a new one.
It's too frightening for the
Weird.
kids.
Yeah. I thought I put that one in there, but I didn't do it.
I think they
No,
did
it's like
cool.
a
No.
it's like an orc
that's-
from like Warhammer.
Oh, no.
Really? Oh boy.
Yeah. It doesn't look that good.
Okay.
But I think it's part of a series, and I don't think it's going to be like a permanent one. But then again, the fans spoke about it with Spider-Man, when Spider-Man went to the black one in Secret Wars, and they complained about it and got rid of it. So,
Huh.
but hopefully it'll be a one or two soon. So let's see. Upcoming cons in January: Super Mag Fest, January 6th to 9th at National Harbor in Washington D.C. Winterfest, January 16th, Jamaica, New York. Me and Pete's gonna take a road trip over there. Check it out. All right, and happy holidays, everyone. Happy and safe New Year. This is John One signing off to next year. Everyone have a good night and enjoy yourselves. Enjoy the show.
Thanks,
Thanks, John.
John. Appreciate it. Oh yeah, very cool. Yeah. So the whole thing with WinterCon, John, I didn't realize that they pushed it off.
Yeah.
You know that that was just announced. I think today, like a few hours ago, it got pushed off. So
when they push it to?
They
pushed it in January.
It's March.
It's March
happening
now?
in March now. Yeah.
That was right
They
after
pushed
I
it
reported.
off. Yeah, because
Oh,
of the
no.
COVID. So when you sent over your slide deck, John, I looked it up because I needed to get a better resolution for that one slide, and I realized, holy macaroni! It's actually they put a whole announcement out and said that because due to the whole issue with the Omicron, they had to push it off to, believe it or not, it's March 5th through 6th of 2022. So that's the latest in that. So yeah, I was kind of surprised, but
What was the?
that's all right.
Yeah.
So,
Wow.
John, what was the DC con that you mentioned?
Oh, that was Super Mag Fest. I think it's a comic convention in National Harbor in D.C.
I'm gonna check that one out because that's close by.
Yep.
What
Yeah,
date's on that one?
Oh, that's the what was it, January 6th and 9th, I think. Let me see. Let me just check that
oh,
one
wow,
out.
it's coming up pretty fast.
Yeah, it is.
Hey, Mediocre Modeler says Merry Christmas to all and cheers. Drinking
Mediocre Modeler.
Angry Orchard with a shot of Fireball.
Ooh,
You
that's
go,
good stuff.
Mediocre Modeler.
There's
right.
actually a name for that. I forgot what it was.
Okay, where did you find out? Hey, Chris, did you see Carl put something up that you should read? I don't know if you're gonna read it out loud. But it's funny.
I wish.
Hey John, can you see my helmet behind me? That's a Primaris Marine. I didn't actually start painting it yet, but there it is.
Oh, I see it right there. Yeah.
And for all the Warhammer fans like yourself that are watching, I actually have the Chibi Warhammer Advent calendar, and tomorrow is my last mini Space Marine. So I'm gonna bring those up next time we come up. I'm gonna show them to you. They're really really cool, man. It's like 24 different little Space Marines, man. All the different chapters are represented. Very cool. So every morning I get up to do that. That's definitely worth it, man.
And you don't know what they look like. You have no clue, right?
No, you have no clue.
That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, they're really
it's worth
cool.
Get up in the morning.
Yeah, man.
The only reason why Pete gets up in the morning.
Merry Christmas, everyone. Paul Roeder, launch when ready. Commander Kane. Paul, thank you for joining us from the West Coast, bro. Really appreciate it. Everyone knows Paul. Everyone in the hobby. Everybody that's a fan of Battlestar Galactica. Everybody knows who Paul Roeder is. Thank you, sir. One of the founders and admins of the Colonial Warrior Facebook group that's out there that everybody should know, that doesn't know should be on it, and many others. Paul's all over the place. Paul, thank you so much. Really appreciate you coming on, and happy holidays to you. John, the conventions are coming up. I know that like right now it sounds like things are getting pushed off a little bit, but it doesn't matter. We're pretty set. I know that Chris and I we've been debating on which ones we're going to be going to. We have a short list. We already started sending out panel applications and media pass applications. Fan Expo, I'm sure will have us come back. WinterCon doesn't really do the panel thing, but I think John and I are definitely going to go. Chris, depending on who comes and if you're available, obviously we can make it all work. We can go down and do that. So we're looking forward to the next to the new year. And there's conventions preset, and they're all over the place. So we're going to do our best to cover and bring you cons and let you know what's going on. Lola said, and still no BSG. Yeah, I know, Lola. We'll see what happens. Somebody else put out rehashed an old article.
They've been beating that thing to death.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. It just seems like it's one way to keep the interest up, but it's a double-edged sword because you keep reading the same stuff and you get tired of it. And you're like,
well, it's almost like fishing for likes or something because they keep throwing it out. I mean, the article that they're talking about came out in 2019. I mean, and they're like, and then of course the title of the thing is the Battlestar Galactica is still, movie is still in, still being worked on according to so and so. Well, that's what he said in 2019.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So, is it still being worked on? And actually, we reached out to Kinsberg, and the person that was supposed to be writing it with him moved on to a different project. So they lost the writer already. So I hate to be the doomsayer. Yeah, they lost a couple of the writers already.
Yeah.
I hate to be the doomsayer at this thing, but unless somebody comes out and smacks them. Yeah. The Peacock one is still alive.
It's still alive.
Yeah, but it's the remake of the remake or something to that effect. It's something. It's going to fit in that universe, which is still cool. It's still Battlestar Galactica, so.
It is, since April Fool's Days. Yeah, no kidding. Robert Baum says there is something called Super Mega Show in New Jersey. It's on the last Sunday in February, I believe. That I'm gonna look into. I'm gonna look into the Super Mega Show. We'll see how that plays out. That might be worth going to. I'm not sure yet, but I definitely will look into it. Yeah, I don't know, man. We'll see what happens, but either way, we'll keep you posted, guys. I mean, we're all into it because it's one of the things that we enjoy. But we were gonna we're gonna get into obviously we're gonna still do the Battle of Malachi, and it's another great chapter, and there's a lot of action in this. So for you guys that have been reading it, this is a good one. So we'll get into that at towards the end of the show. But we want to reminisce a little bit, right, Chris? We want to talk about what it was like getting Christmas time.
That's
right?
it.
Christmas time and Battlestar Galactica.
Yeah. So this week we're going to be talking about just a kind of a rehash of the toys of yesteryear.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Here we go.
So everybody remembers, everybody remembers the going to your Christmas catalogs back then. The kids don't do. I mean, the kids don't have that anymore. You used to go to the Sears catalog and you would say, hey, that's what toys can I look at? And I remember all through the years, and I hate to say it, but I was a big Star Wars toy fan because that was all I could get pretty much in Casper, Wyoming, at the show at the Walmarts and things like that. There wasn't really any of those there. It was the grocery stores where we got all our toys. And
really?
Yeah, that's where I don't remember ever going to a toy store. It was always a grocery store, maybe J.C. Penney's.
What
there was
about
a
the
Sears.
store? Sears. Yeah,
Sears. Yeah, Sears. We go through. You get the Sears catalog. Everybody everybody remember the old Sears catalog. Everybody go through those and look at all the toy catalog. So that's where I got most of my toys and things like that was Sears, and there wasn't a lot of Battlestar Galactica toys, but I did get all of the Star Wars figures that I possibly could, and being a boy, destroyed most of them. You know how that goes. Hey, firecrackers, you name it. A little rough on them.
You had firecrackers in Wyoming?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
But but there's a couple of these toys in here that we'll talk about today that I definitely remember playing with because I had a couple, but I do remember wanting them very, very badly because they were so cool. Now, Star Wars toys, I got a whole bunch of those. I got the Hoth Ice Planet thing and everything else. But the Battlestar toys.
That's cool.
Battlestar toys, I was kind of limited, so I'll tell you the ones I got tonight as we go through. But you have a whole lot more experience with these toys than I did. Tell us about how'd you come about yours? How'd you get them?
Well, I ended up. That's all I ever asked for, and I would just all my allowance money and anything that any money I got my hands on, I just saved it to go buy Battlestar Galactica, and I actually have some of my original stuff with me tonight, so I could share with you guys. And my best Christmas memory is getting the actual, Battlestar Galactica Colonial Warriors jacket that you get from the ad in Starlog, and putting that on while I opened a box of Battlestar Galactica trading cards, and that was my kid's perfect Christmas.
But at least you got to chew the bubble gum then, and not 40 years later.
I had a stack. I had a little stack of chewing gum that tasted like, for like 2 seconds it had like taste, and then it had no taste. Unlike the time that I challenged Chris to actually eat 40-year-old gum, the stick, from cards that we bought, and it was really funny.
I think
so
chewing the card.
Go back and watch that.
I think chewing the card would have tasted better.
So that was something, and so I actually, believe it or not, I visited my some of us. I visited my folks, and I found in the closet. I found my one of my original toys, and I packed it away, and I'm gonna open it up after 40 years here on live, and we'll get a kick
about
out
time.
of it, 'cause I think it's complete.
It's no fun. It's no fun if you see all these people buy things and leave them in the packages like, oh, they'll be collectibles. I'm like,
No,
I want to play.
I played with it. No, I played with it, but not, I didn't blow it up like you did. You have a commercial, though, Chris.
Yeah.
You got to put up a commercial.
So this is a combination of a number of commercials we were able to find. And this will get us all in the holiday spirit, so you watch this and kind of get the idea of the toys and the excitement that you may have seen when you were watching the Battlestar Galactica show and the commercials in between. So here we go. Here's some old commercials.
Mattel introduces the Battlestar Galactica collection. You can imagine the Colonial warrior against the evil Cylon Centurions.
Cylon Centurions ready? Check. Activate eye scanner. Energize pulsator. Aim laser pistol. On target. Colonial warrior exchanging scanner to laser. Get it.
Each figure sold separately. Batteries not included. Cylon Centurion and Colonial warrior from the Battlestar Galactica collection. New from Mattel.
All right, I'm going to pause. I'm going to pause that one just for a second because Whiskey Tango Foxtrot. That did not look like any of the Colonial Warriors I knew of. And when did they ever have scanners?
No. Yeah. So this is the kind of weird backstory. I don't know, you guys. I'm going to put this out. I read it or heard it somewhere. Was that they tried to explain that Colonial warrior as one of the original Colonial warriors. So he's like one of the and the Cylon looks different because he's also one of the old model Cylons.
Yeah, the big red thing in the chest. He looks like, Iron Man. Yeah.
I did not buy those. I did not ask for those. I didn't want those.
No, I didn't either.
I'm not spending my money on that. I want the good stuff. That's not the good stuff. So, but a lot of kids had them. They were out there, man.
Yeah, right now, I saw one at a con the other time, the Cylon. Of course, that's what I was looking at, and of course, it had the broken, the gun on the end of it. The tip was missing, and the guy wanted like $75 for it. I'm like, no, not happening.
No.
Yeah, that chrome was peeling off of it, and it was not worth it.
Oh,
so
Paul Roeder, Chris, listen to this. Paul Roeder says the Mattel Land Ram and the Colonial Warriors watch are the jewels.
Yeah,
hands down, no questions asked. That's for sure. As a matter of fact, Chris, you were trying to get one of the watches.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah, was.
There's just certain things, hey, it's not worth it, But now I'm looking for a Daggett. The fluffy Daggett.
Oh, boy. Yeah,
all
we
right.
went through a whole thing on. You got another,
next one?
Commercial.
All right, here we go.
Yeah. Do another commercial, man.
Mattel introduces the Battlestar Galactica collection. You can imagine the world of Battlestar Galactica, where the Cylon Raider meets the Colonial Viper starship you assemble.
Colonial Viper pilot ready for takeoff. Cylon's approaching. Check stabilizers. Load laser torpedo. Cylon Raider missile base open. Cylon Raider launch. Colonial Viper
Look at those.
launch.
Yes!
Oof. Colonial Viper and Cylon Raider vehicles from the Battlestar
I wanted you to notice.
Collection, each sold separately. New.
I remember that.
Which one has more torpedoes? The Cylon Raider.
He has to, because he can't aim. He's got to have as many as he can get. Oh, that's a great commercial. I remember that commercial.
I do have the Cylon Raider that's pictured there. I don't have any missiles for it, but I do have the Cylon Raider. And I think somebody is out there actually making 3D copies of the missiles so you can shoot them out if you have the one that has the ones. If you've got the one with the missiles, so there's two versions. And I think we'll talk more about this. If I'm jumping, let me know, Pete. We'll talk more about this later on. So, see, Pete's got one. Now, Pete, is that the one that shoots the missiles, or is that the one that's captured?
No, this is the one that shoots the missiles, man. This is mine.
That's the dangerous one. Yeah, better put that thing away, man. That thing's dangerous.
Let's look at. Yeah, this is dangerous.
Check it out. Let's get a close look at that one. Hang on.
See the plastic?
Hang on.
You get it. Come on, pull it up.
Give me a second.
There it is.
I only got one trackpad here.
Not fast enough, man. There it is. You see that? That's from the bag. That's from the original bag that the actual ship came in. I had the foresight of saving everything. When we open this up, I bet you it's going to have the instructions in it.
Yeah. How much was it? Where'd you buy it? Does it have the place where it's bought?
It does. It's called TSS Low Price $7.64, which is kind of pricey. Yep. So
Pricey nowadays. It's going to go for 20 a minimum.
We're gonna open this up. I'm gonna unbox this again. When I finally finished playing with this, I put it away, and it was in the closet, and it's been around, for all these years, and we're gonna get a good look at it. We'll see what it's like, what condition it's in. I haven't actually opened it up or anything. Oh, by the way, Chris, I don't know if you didn't notice this. Look at the box.
It's yellow.
Yeah, it's yellow. What's up with that, man? It's
I don't
yellow.
know. And the missiles are yellow too.
We have to look at the actual artwork, because I found some of the artwork, and it's in the slide that I put together that we
Okay.
we
Yeah, we
show
can look
later.
at those.
Yeah, I want to see, because that's yellow, right? It's kind of interesting. Yeah.
All right, so let's move on to the next one. If I can find it.
All right. Yeah. Yeah, the box looks great, right? Mediocre modeler's like, yeah, sure it does, man. I love this stuff. I made sure I took care of all of this.
There we go.
All right, you got another one? Another commercial. Go for it.
Mattel introduces the Battlestar Galactica collection. You can imagine the Viper launch station against the evil Cylons.
Evil
Cylon
Cylons.
fighters ready.
Spaceport open.
Look, Cylon Raider.
Dad's too nerdy.
Launch for squad. Missed one. Reset
Damn right you did.
Vipers on target.
Viper launch station, not
Yeah.
for use with other Battlestar Galactica
What do you say?
vehicles.
Vipers
Put it
on
together.
what?
New from Mattel.
On target, is that what he said?
I think so.
Ones with the torpedoes are worth more. That's what Paul says.
Yeah.
Cylon bubbles. Yeah. Jeff Walters got it. 2 of them. Oh.
Oh, wow.
Jeff, what do you got? You got 2 Cylon Raiders? Let's see. I recall the ad promoting the redesign, which did not shoot the projectiles. That's from Robert Baum. Yeah, man. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. Yeah, they banned the torpedoes. That's what Paul. Jeff Walters. Which
That
one?
always sounds funny.
has
Ban
confirmed-
the torpedoes. Full speed ahead.
Yeah. Which one has a confirmed kill? The Colonial Viper with the shootable missiles? Yes, for sure, man.
Oh my God.
yeah.
That's so bad.
Yeah,
That's so bad.
that is awesome. Hey, listen, man. It was kind of tragic what happened.
Yeah. So
We might-
I think we'll talk more about that in a minute. I mean, if you want to go into it
Yeah.
now, so
I don't know. It's
we
up
can-
to you, man.
we can.
Look, bottom line is, we're reminiscing a little bit about Christmases past and Battlestar Galactica and, all the cool stuff. And, why don't you bring up the slides, man? Bring some more of those up. And the commercials are kind of fun. I remember
I still
those
got one
well.
more commercial. We'll go from there.
Oh, you do? Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, you got a really cool one. It's the Australian one, right?
Now this one's before the Australian, so I actually have 2 more.
Oh, okay, cool.
All right, so
cool.
let's
Do
watch
it.
these.
Yeah.
Mattel's Battlestar Galactica collection. You can imagine a Cylon Raider attack. And change the Colonial stellar probe to a fighter.
Add booster.
You can change the Colonial Scarab.
Pilot, set. Missiles loaded. Launch.
Battlestar Galactica. You assemble the Colonial vehicles, then you can change them to make different Colonial vehicles. Colonial Scarab, Stellar Probe, and Cylon Raider from the Battlestar Galactica collection, each sold separately, new from Mattel.
What the heck?
What was a scarab?
Scarab.
What, Colonial
Yeah.
Stellar Scarab?
Stellar Probe.
What the hell
Man,
is that?
yeah, I
Who
think
bought
somebody
them?
was trying to make some money on those. What do you think?
Yeah, I got them anyway. I went out and I bought them. I had them. They were cool. You just, I guess, imagination. I mean, that's what it boils down to. But it was kind of fun. I still like the Viper and the Cylon Raider were, I think, the two of the best. And they had the figures in them, which was cool. I think you dug up an Australian.
Yeah, this is an Australian one. Here, hang on.
Yeah. Oh, it's really cool because it has.
So
like,
is
it
Baz
has
on? I don't know if Baz is on. He might remember these.
yeah, I mean, he might remember.
You'll
Yeah.
get the Australian piece out of the this accent. So
Look, Battlestar Galactica all-action toys. Evil, non-human Cylon Centurions with helmet scanners, breastplate pulsators, laser pistols. Treacherous enemies of the freedom-loving colonial warriors, also with scanners and laser pistols. Battle in space. Fly the Cylon Raider with laser torpedoes concealed in the wings until you choose to attack. Blast off in the Colonial Viper. with its laser torpedo in the nose and adjustable wings. And here's the Colonial Stellar Probe, which even has its own satellite. Call in the amazing Colonial Scarab. Or launch vehicles of your own, assembled from Colonial vehicle parts in seconds. And from your own Colonial Viper launch station, you can attack Cylon targets with special Viper missiles that really fly. Battlestar Galactica all-action toys from Mattel.
Yes.
Now you see, those are
Excellent.
captured. Those are captured.
That's awesome. Yeah, I love that. That's a great commercial, man.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Now, if
Oh,
you're
yeah.
really good, so we'll talk about these in a minute. But the one last commercial I have, everybody needed one of these. It's really hard to see commercial, but you'll see it. They were trying to sell Battlestar Galactica everything. I remember the wallets and
Yes.
you know, everything, belt buckles, everything.
Yes.
So
Oh, the
there you
belt buckles
go.
are popular.
yeah, here you go. Here's one that I don't think any of us probably bought.
With the Battlestar Galactica Cylon bubble machine, each sold separately, you can make lots and lots of shiny bubbles. You start by filling the Cylon warrior's head with bubble liquid from his body. Then you dip the bubble ring into the liquid. Blow on the tube and out come big bunches of bubbles. The Battlestar Galactica Cylon bubble machine comes with 3-ounce container of bubble liquid. From Larry.
Yeah.
Laramie's a well-known company. They made stuff. It was
What, you didn't want a Battlestar Galactica Cylon bubble machine?
a bubble machine.
You know, crack his head open and dump stuff down into his head, and then
Bubbles
crack it open
by
and
your
blow
command.
bubbles out of it. Anything to
Why
make
does-
money, I guess, you know. But that
I
one's
guess so.
funny. That one's funny.
John one says, "Why does the Colonial Warrior look like Ray Bannon from Johnny Quest?" 'Cause
Yeah,
that's
it
probably
does.
the only thing
That's
I
a
can
good
come up
point.
with.
Yeah, that's a really good point. He does look like Ray
Oh,
Bannon.
boy, that's yeah. Oh, that's funny.
At least he doesn't look like
Anybody
Bandit.
get the punching bag? That
Oh
looks
yeah, I
like
saw the
Cylon.
punching bag too, and the chair. They actually had a Cylon chair, which was kind of
Yes.
creepy. Do you want to
Yeah.
sit in the Cylon's lap? I'm
No,
not so
it's-
sure. I mean,
that's funny, too.
that's just a little strange.
It is. Wasn't Shiny Bubbles a Don Ho's song? I guess
Yeah.
so. Rob's
That was
asking. I
Tiny
don't know.
Bubbles, I believe. It was Tiny Bubbles.
What the hell is
Tiny
that?
Bubbles.
Cylon Bubble Machine. Yes, mediocre modeler. A Cylon Bubble Machine. That's just funny. Linda Russell. Good evening, Earthlings. Happy Christmas.
Merry
Happy
Christmas.
Christmas to you. Enjoy your toys that Santa brings you. Yes, those from the past and those present. Linda, thanks for being on the show and stopping in from the UK. We really appreciate that. That's from Linda has put together the Richard Hatch Memorial site on Facebook. So, Linda, thank you very, very much for stopping in. Happy Christmas to you and all the best. So that's really cool. And, you know, we're going through a little bit of the past and looking at, you know, what the toys were back then. And thanks for joining. Let me see what else we got on here.
Wait a
There's
minute, wait a
Tiny
minute, wait a minute.
Bubbles. What?
Paul said they had an Adama punching bag. Oh, I want one.
What?
I want
No.
one. Oh yeah. If they had an Adama one, yeah, I've got to get one of those. And then of course
Oh,
I'll dress
boy.
up in my Cylon uniform and I will punch it. No
That's
doubt
funny,
about it.
man. You gotta pull up. What's the first slide after the intro? Because there's some cool stuff on it.
Oh yeah, there's a. So let's go through and look at some of the things they've had. So a lot of people are mentioning some things that we probably have. Blow up assault raft. A blow up assault raft. I don't know if that's a
Really?
that's a different
Oh,
one
I didn't
too.
know that.
I know they had the AM/FM radio or the AM radio that looked like a Cylon. So
AM radio, yeah.
Yeah. here we go. So let's look at some of the other things they had out there. Look at that pistol.
The Lasermatic Pistol. I have it.
Oh no
I
way!
have one. Yes, I do. I have one. I will dig it up. So I will dig it up and I will bring it on the show in the new year. So in January of 2022, I will dig up the original. It's in the box, and you know, I think it still works too. I will bring it out so that everybody can see it. it's white plastic. I don't know. It's kind of silly, but
Yeah.
and by the way, Chris, not for nothing, I have the Space Alert Battlestar Galactica game.
Now, the Space Alert game.
I have that too.
The best story I have on that one is I loved that game, and so kids now, kids back then. Growing up in Wyoming, guy Eddie, the two guys, he lived 2 doors down from me, and he had the Space Alert game, and he would let me play it, and it was always, hey, let me play it, and how the kids, kids are. I mean, we're talking 10, 12 years old. So,
yeah,
you're like, I want to play it. It's like, no, I want to play it. So I offered to trade him the football game for it.
Oh, yes. I remember that.
But he wouldn't take the football game for it, so we couldn't trade. So I never got it. But he did trade me. It's going to sound like I'm a hoodlum, but he did trade me a switchblade for it.
What?
So I traded him the football game for a switchblade. Wasn't a big
What is up with
switchblade.
that?
Wasn't a big switchblade. I mean, open it was about that big, but I still have that thing somewhere to this day. It's still there. It was an old switchblade. I don't know where he got it from, but
Was it the so?
it was
so
stiletto.
ultimately-
Yeah, not stiletto that goes in and out, but it was a side clip, and it had a lock on it and everything. It was really good. It was nice.
That's
It had
pretty
little,
deadly.
like mother of pearl handles. Oh yeah, it could, but it was. I mean, the blade on it was only like that big, so that's about what. Yeah,
So
20
you
inches.
could only murder one person at a time. One Cylon. You can murder one Cylon at a time.
That's it. So that's my story on that one. But I played that thing as much as I could whenever I came over to his house.
Well, Jeff Walter says he's got it still in the box. Well, Jeff, send us
you got to
pictures.
play with it.
You got to
Come
send
on.
pictures because I have mine in the box. So we got to do a little compare and contrast. I played that stupid thing for hours, and I don't know if you remember, but it gave you a rank, right? There was like a ranking depending on what kind of points you got.
Yeah.
And I could never make commanders like perfect score, man. I played that thing for hours. Oh my God. Mediocre Modeler says, was that the old football game that just vibrated and you put the little players on the pucks?
Oh, no,
and
no,
they
no,
just
no.
kind of moved
No.
around? No. I remember getting electrocuted with that thing all the time.
All the
with
time.
one you're talking about. That was so cool, but no.
The
this
little
is like
foam
the
football.
The handheld, and you would just,
Yeah.
play this dumb game. Oh my
Yeah.
God. It's
That
in
was the football
it's in the
game.
slide. If you look at the slide.
Yeah. No, he's talking about the football game. Yeah, the football game it's set up very similar. The
Yeah,
football game
it
is set up
was.
very similar to this, except the oval was across the top, and I can't remember. It had touchdown on it and everything else. We used to play that thing. Just going. I mean, face it, we grew up in an era where this was the handheld video game. There was no Game Boys.
Oh, yeah.
There was no.
Oh no way.
Yeah, there was no
way.
Game Boys. There was no, I think the biggest thing we did was Atari. There you go.
Oh, that was later.
Stay away from those things. Those are dangerous.
Still sealed in the pack. This is left over from the day we did the special where we opened them up. I kept one that I didn't open, and it still has the gum that maybe we can get Chris to eat this again.
Oh no. That's one time
You
only.
gotta watch the video. It's hysterical. It's so funny. It's really good.
One time only.
Yeah, that was great. But yeah, I mean, like I was telling you guys before, man. I remember opening up the whole. I convinced my mom to get me a full box of the cards. These all sealed up, and I was just like I was in heaven.
Now,
so there's the
game.
cards, right, Chris?
Yep, the game in the top
game.
right-hand corner. I have 2 complete copies of that. One of them.
Parker Brothers game.
Yep. One of them hasn't been punched.
I tortured my cousins with that game, and I mean, you guys all remember, like you open it up, and it's like it has nothing to do with the
Yes.
show.
I think the Cylon thing is actually like a piece of plastic, great piece of plastic.
Like, where the Vipers? Where's the
yeah,
Cylon
so
Raiders?
disappointing.
Yeah, it was so disappointing, and I tortured them because I'd make them play it anyway. I'm like, no, we gotta play it. We gotta play it. You gotta pretend. It doesn't matter. It's in your mind. It's in your mind. Oh boy. Go back.
So,
you gotta go back to that slide though. There's more
which
on
one?
that. Go back to the one you had that we were talking about, the board game.
Yeah.
All right. Oh yeah, dude. How could you?
Oh, the remote control.
Yeah.
Yes, I've seen a couple of those for sale. I've almost pulled the trigger on, but 99% of them don't work.
Oh, okay. Oh, Robert Baum, you brought up some really cool stuff. Rob, Rob says, anyone ever get the color forms or the jigsaw puzzles?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I forgot to put those up, but you're right. Color forms, I had the color forms, and I had one of the jigsaw puzzles. So I had 1 and 1.
Which one was it?
And I used them. The puzzle. The
Cylon
was no, not the Cylon.
Uh-huh.
It was, oh my god, I think it was the Starbucks poster. That was a puzzle.
Yep.
I think that's the one it was. Yeah. Oh, that's a good one, man. Oh, that was great. Yeah, the color forms. I remember the color forms. Really cool, man. Yep. Mediocre Modeler says the models. Yeah, wait, I got them.
So,
I got
yeah, we'll talk about the models. Now, that's something I did build.
Yeah.
Quite a bit of.
I got the models. I still have them. I got the models. I made those models. I had such a good time with the models.
This is nice to see because it's Santa pleasing prices.
Yes. So I circled. You see where that magenta colored circle is? It's 66 cents. Where the hell were they available for 66 cents, man?
At Kitty Town.
Are you kidding me?
At Kitty Town. You should have gone to Kitty Town.
What the heck was that?
I don't know. It's down there in the corner.
Norwalk, maybe. Norwalk. I don't know, Virginia? Man, I would have bought Cylons like you wouldn't believe, but
Kitty
anyway.
Town, 62 Wall Street, Norwalk. I don't know which.
Oh, boy.
I have to look that up later.
December 6, 7, and 8 only. And then you see I don't know if you guys remember in some of the the comic books. So there's one, the one we were just talking about, 66 cents, but the other one next to it is from the comic books, and they had the ads for, the ships.
Oh, yeah.
And it's pretty cool. It says something about Cylons in it. Battlestar Galactica, Cylons, and yeah, you'd send away. Look at that. It was, how much, can you see how much it says?
It says superhero merchandise, yeah. $12.99, I think, and $8.75 for the Cylon. It's a little blurry. It's hard to see.
Cylon Raiders.
Yep. The Scarab, really.
Yeah, crazy.
Anything that had Battlestar Galactica on it, we had to have. So.
Had to have it, man. Had to have it. That was so much fun. Jesus, man, I'm almost there. I'm getting the feel for it. 66 cents. We could buy a truckload now. Yeah, no kidding.
Could you imagine if we could just go back in time and buy a truckload of them?
Oh boy, and then control the market. Robert Baum says, I recall Kitty City and KB. KB, of course.
Yeah,
Kitty City, KB. Not so much, man. Yeah. Linda, can you still get the model kits? Yes, you can, Linda. They're out there. Yes,
they're not the Revel, and they're not the starts with an M. Monogram. There's Monogram Rebel.
Yeah.
Neither one of those are in existence anymore. They do it from Mobius.
Mobius, yeah.
Mobius models do them.
I think there might be aftermarket, but
yeah, pretty much. The Cylon, even the Cylon, Mobius didn't do Cylon, the base station. But I mean, the base station, the base star, building that one, it was like 4 pieces of plastic.
There was
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
The bays, dude.
Yeah.
The launch bays. There was one little piece that you put on where the launch bays are, There was one extra piece that you had to glue on. So there was like another 4 pieces.
Yeah.
And I never painted them. I just left it the way it was. I was like, how am I going to paint this?
Yeah,
Like,
they're gray.
Yeah, I'm like, no, I'm not going to spray paint gray. No.
I remember building.
Once
we get to that, once we get to those, I remember building the Viper. The hardest part of building the Viper for me was putting the decals on.
Oh yeah.
Could never straighten them.
Oh, I should have put it off. I should have taken it off the shelf. I have it up on my shelf by the Christmas tree. Oh,
this is
boy. Speaking of Christmas tree, everybody, I added an Ovion and I added a Dagon on it. So Muffet is on and the Ovion is on the
Muffet
Christmas
rules.
tree. Muffet rules.
Muffet was a Cylon. Muffy was a Cylon. Come on.
No.
Yeah, he was.
No, he was not. It's not.
It's a robot, right?
Artificial intelligence. It's a robot, but it's not a Cylon. So
Artificial intelligence. Yep.
Don't confuse the different movies. You're just confusing the movies. So so if you want to see it, go into our page on Facebook where we posted my Christmas tree, the picture of it, and below it I updated and I added on the Ovion and Muffet. So if you guys want to see it, I put it up. And so it was a challenge. So one of the guys challenged me to put some Galactica stuff on it, and rightfully so. So I went and I did it, and anybody else is more than welcome to put up some of their pictures. We got a couple. Sean put up some of his pictures. He has a whole bunch of sci-fi stuff in front of the house.
Who's the Batman? Somebody put a Batman tree up for us.
There was a Batman tree.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I forgot who that was.
Hey, George is in the house. Georgie house. A little late, but that's okay. Thanks for joining. I'll give you a light
John's
there.
totally right. I think they could have hacked Muffet.
Yeah,
that would be a good episode. That should be a
Jeff,
good episode where Muffy gets
did you
hacked.
send us the picture? Get out of here! Stop that. Jeff, was that your tree?
Yeah,
Jeff. Tree?
Jeff it was Jeff's. Yeah.
Yes, you can. I saw Mediocre Model says, Linda Russell. Yes, you can. I saw an original Viper in a vintage shop. It was $40. That's not bad.
No.
Muffet ate Cylon ankles. Yes, he did. God bless him. At my Batman tree. Yes, Batman tree. Yes, Jeff, that's right. That was yours. We got to put that up, man.
Yeah.
We should copy and paste it and put it in there. So there's toys. Some of them were good. Some of them weren't so good.
So and of course they went for boys and girls. So a lot of the toys were built for boys, and they were like, well, we need to open the market up, so we need to do some girl toys. And the only girl toy I know of that they did was Muffet. So even Chris, you look at the commercial here. It's it's got a girl pulling on the it's a plush toy. It's really built towards. I mean, I want one now. I'm not afraid to admit it. I want one. I want a Muffet because Muffet is a Cylon. Look at those eyes and the nose. You have to admit that's a Cylon. But he also saved the Galactica. I mean, come on. And we're going to do an episode. We're going to do an episode where we talk just about Muffet. But the pull string thing, that definitely dates it. I mean, nowadays all these kids have this, hey, it's Bluetooth activated, and it's it's got this and it's got that, and you're like, back in my day, we had to pull the string to make it talk.
So the conversation that you and I were having, Chris, was what did it actually say or do? And I found it.
I found it on YouTube, but I didn't pull it over in time.
Online.
Yeah, I found one on YouTube that they talked about, and it just growls. But it sounds.
Yeah, it growls.
But the growling.
It does growling. Yeah.
Sounds just like the TV show. I'll say that much for it. Even if it was a pull string, it sounds just like the growling from Muffet on the TV show. Very, very accurate.
They used the original sound tapes.
They must have
the recordings. Yeah, that's what it says in the little ad that the details I found. That little black box. That's where it talks about it.
It's a lovable robot pet from the hit TV show Space Series. What's more, he talks. Pull the string, Daggett communicates. Not in words. He barks, he whines. and more. The actual soundtrack taken from the Universal City ABC TV production was the model. Talking Daggett is made of soft, cuddly plush with durable, and he's durable too. Stands just under 10 inches tall from the hip to the tail to the point of his muzzle. He measures 14 1/2 inches. That's right, you too can own a Talking Daggett. Talking Daggett, available at a store near you.
Interesting.
And it's funny
Very
they put,
interesting.
and it's funny if you look at the top, it's Talking Daggett TM. So that's not registered. That's
Well, you could use either or, but it's they
Yeah.
filed it, right?
They have intention to file it. Doesn't mean they filed it. TM does not mean they filed it. So
Well, no,
that's kind of funny.
What the attorneys told me was, when it gets to a certain point, when your paperwork, when they receive your paperwork, you're allowed to use the TM legally.
Gotcha.
Right,
But-
so when the application is in their possession, you could then use the TM. But the TM doesn't mean that it's actually copyrighted, that it went all the way. So the TM, you don't have to use a TM after you get the copyright, right? When you like we
Right.
do, when we are right, IFB Interfleet Broadcasting is copywritten. It's a trademark that has copyright protection. So we don't use the TM, we use the
The
C.
R. Yeah.
Well,
The R.
yeah,
Registered.
The R. Yeah.
And then look at the next to it is that Cylon is. It must have been a prototype or something. That does
It looks
not.
like the bubble one.
Yeah, almost. But that's not the Cylon that they showed in the commercials. That thing's
And-
gray.
And look at the Colonial Warrior. He's wearing
Yep.
a jacket. That jacket's different than the other one.
So this must have
kinda
been like a. I don't know, probably a pre-sale thing, codenamed Galactica. 12.5-inch
Yeah.
characters.
Yeah, copyright Universal. That's right, Paul. Let's see, who did I? Scott Good. Scott Good, thanks for joining us live. All of you guys, everybody that's on now live, thank you for joining us. And we're talking and reminiscing about the old Battlestar Galactica toys because it is close to Christmas here in the States, and so we figured that's what we're dedicating the show to. We're a couple days away, so that's what we're talking about, and that's what this you're looking at advertisements from various catalogs from 1978 and 79, and that's what this
I
actually.
think Mediocre Modeler's comment says, so on this Cylon over here on the right, which doesn't look anything like the Cylon, maybe it's a stealth Cylon or a Cylon from the wrong side of the tracks.
Couldn't afford the chrome. Yes, less quality, Robert Baum, absolutely. Jeff Walters, there was a small gas station my grandmother would let us walk up to. They had a wired rotating rack that had all the cheap Battlestar Galactica toys on it.
Yeah.
I bought them all and started buying double so I could play with them. Wow. Look at you, Jeff. Nice. Well done, my friend. Well done. What's up next? Oh my God, here we go.
There
All
we
right.
go. So
Let
we
it
saw
rip,
the
man.
commercial earlier.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
here
yeah.
we go. Here's the actual cards from the.
Yeah.
So
Oh my
the
God.
thing that made me mad about all these is they never had an Athena.
No, they never got the maker.
No Athena. No.
Yep.
Yeah. So and the gold Cylon was a special Cylon, if I remember correctly. You had to send off
Yes.
for it or something.
You had to send
And the
away,
Lucifer-
and I have the ad for it.
Yeah, and the Lucifer
Yeah.
is extremely hard to get because they only made so many of them, and they only released them on the East Coast or Northeast, Canada and Northeast. Just
really?
like the Land Ram piece was another thing. But yeah,
I
and the
I
Daggett
did
came in two
Baltar.
different colors.
Yes, and Baltar is hard to get too.
Oh yeah, I bet. I know
But-
I've seen. Well, I've been looking for the Lucifer just for fun on eBay, and they're asking ridiculous prices for. I mean,
Yeah.
an out of the package Lucifer is $75 to $100. You gotta be kidding me.
What?
Oh yeah.
Oh boy, that's just ludicrous, man. Looks like a Cylon from Aquaman. George, what are you looking at, man? Apollo, no Athena. Yeah, I know, man. Pink Imperia's leader. That's, yeah, Paul. That was pretty dumb. I don't know what the hell that's about. Yeah, no Apollo. I guess no Sheba or Boomer or Jolly. Look, bottom line, guys. I think probably we'll agree that had they gotten a second season, there's no reason why they wouldn't have made the rest. This just doesn't make any sense. But I wanted to show off.
But you've got show off, of course.
Yeah, man. Look at this.
Baltar.
That's Baltar.
Hang on, let me get a close up on that one. Hang on.
Oh, you got to get a close up. Okay.
Let's get a close up that one. Videos, cameras. There's cameras.
Boom! Look at that.
There we go. Hang on. There we go. Hang on.
He's cool, man.
There you go.
Baltar, but it's black. He's not green, right? They should have made it like a dark green instead.
But the boots are nice. The boots are close.
Yeah.
He had those.
Yeah, those suede boots.
Those suede boots. So that looks like the suede boots on there.
And then there's
Adama.
Commander Adama, right?
He's still got his cape, which is unusual.
Oh,
those are hard to find with a cape.
Wait. Chris, check this out. Wait a second. Not one. Boom. Look at that.
The best. Where's his rifle?
Oh, shh. Look at that.
You got his rifle?
Boom.
No rifles?
Boom. Two
Damn
of them.
Right. You gotta have two. No rifles? Didn't have a rifles? Come on.
Yeah, I don't know where they are, man. I have no idea where they are. However, as a special treat, how about that?
Yeah, closer. Something.
Come on, focus. Oh
yeah, there you go.
There we go. There you
go. I have one of
There's
those.
The mini Cylon.
The mini Cylon, which in the Mattel toy only got one, which should have been three. How dare they?
Should have been three. Yeah. So they go back into the little plastic bag where they live. I'll go back in. Yes.
They live in plastic.
Yeah, unfortunately, but that's where they've been all these years. And this is like, oh God, I don't know where my mom got this bag from. It's one of these like bags you barely close it. But these are my originals. Those I have the rest of them. So as I find them, I'll bring them on the show, guys, so we can share and reminisce a little bit. I mean, I was, 12 and then going on 13, so it was more about the collecting and not playing. Chris is substantially younger than I am, like 2 years younger, I think. So being that he was that much
more
younger,
about the destroying and playing with?
Yeah, right. So, yeah, playing and destroying and breaking. I was more into the collecting because I just, if when I was growing up, Chris, as an only child, if I broke my toys, there are no more toys. You're not getting a replacement. So either you take care of your toys and they last you, or you blow them up like you did and then have no toys. Because, I don't know, out in Wyoming, you could, I guess, go in the forests and play with the wild animals when you have no toys, and cut
sticks.
Down trees and make
lots of
sticks.
Every stick was a gun,
there
man.
Was no, right.
We had lots and lots of sticks to play with. Yeah, and then back when I was growing up, and I'm sure you're the same. It was like, Mom, I'm bored. And it was not happening. You were outside until the street lights went on. You always were outside playing with somebody, or if you're going to go out there, you'd be by yourself and play. But
for sure.
There was no staying inside the house.
Oh, absolutely. Hey, Sean, thanks for joining us, man. Miss you, buddy. Sean says, "Happy holidays, Warriors. Happy holidays back to you, buddy." Show and tell is over. No, Rob, I got a couple more good things.
Here we go. Ready? There we go.
Go for it.
Now, we saw the commercial for these.
Yeah, my cousin had one of those. I inserted.
I'm surprised nobody lost an eye with that thing.
Yeah, no kidding. That's what I thought people were gonna get hurt with. But you see, there's an insert, and it says Battlestar Galactica. I never saw anything like that. I don't know if you ever got a chance to see that setup.
Where
I never saw that on the shelf. I would have been like, "What the?" I would have wanted to take that display.
Oh, the
that
display.
toaster. Yeah, I would have been like, "I want that display." I would. How can I buy it?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I never saw that in the stores, but yeah, there's the Colonial Viper, right? And let's see, Sean, I had the Viper launch station, super cool as a kid. Yes, I had I remember my cousins had it.
How long did it take to lose the Vipers?
One Viper that night. That was like Christmas Day. Christmas Day, the one was gone. Couldn't find the one. That was gone. I was like, why are you playing with this outside at night? You're gonna lose the thing. And they were like, so then what they ended up doing was, how far would the Viper launch to? And I kept saying, if you do that, you're gonna lose it. You're not gonna find it. It's nighttime. Why are you doing this? And so they opened the garage door and they started launching them. And lo and behold, before you knew it, one of them was gone. And I was like, tough luck, man. Because if I find it as I go home tonight, guess what? You're not going to get to keep it. I'm taking it. But I had no luck. I didn't. I would have been like, I'm keeping it. But no such luck. Anyway, that was, the launch station, right? That was the Viper launch station.
Yeah.
Very, very cool. Yeah, man. Oh, those are the days. However, I think do you have what's the next slide, man? What's the next one up, Chris? Because I think that's when I'm gonna.
This is your slide here, sir.
Oh, yeah. Oh, so look, it's yellow. The original artwork is yellow.
Yeah.
By the way, Chris, John 1 sent us some artwork for the new Punisher, and I sent you away. So if you get a chance, you might want to check that out. I'll see if I can grab it. Yeah, and
talk about that. I'll grab this. You're gonna open up your Cylon. While you're opening up your Cylon, I'll pull that.
Yeah. So there's a picture of the actual artwork, which I thought was fantastic. So like, there's someone out there found the actual artwork for the toys, and I was like, wow, blown away when I saw that. So I figured it'd be appropriate because that's what the boxes were. I just loved it. I thought it was cool. And there's another one. That's the next slide up. That was just a teaser.
Sorry.
In the meantime, I'm ready.
All right,
Chris, if you wanna put me up.
There you go.
So guys, here's my original, and let's see. I'm gonna open her up right now. I've had this away for decades, for about 40 years, and this is what it looks like inside. Look, the plastic. And let's see, the first thing comes out is, oh boy, oh my God. So I have proof that I actually bought this. Oh yeah, look at that. October 20th of 1978. There's the receipt, and there's the date right on it. So there you go, guys.
Good Lord, you were into collecting.
So yeah, right.
That would have been in the garbage can for me.
Here we go. I'm taking it out. What? There's more paper in there. More paperwork. Bah. There you go. Check this out, Chris. Look. Bam. This is the original look. Instructions that came, the original Battlestar Galactica instructions that came with the toys. This is my original set that I obviously bought on October 20th of 1978, and this is the original, the original bag that the Raider came in, right? And also it says made in Hong Kong right over here. My thumb is, and I'm gonna take it out. And there it is. And it opens up, right? You guys remember? Boom, boom. I don't think there's... Yeah, it's empty. I showed you the Cylon I have. and I don't have any of the rockets that go in there, but this is missile firing. It's
You don't
actually
have any of the
firing.
rockets.
Yeah, I got there somewhere. I bet you I could find them at some point, but yeah, I do have them. Yeah, but and this had wheels, guys. I
Yep.
don't know if you remember, but this had wheels.
Yep.
Yeah, 3 wheels. Yeah, this is I'm so proud of the fact, which sounds so weird, but
But you notice the stripe is yellow.
yeah, the stripes are yellow, and this is my original Cylon Raider. This is the one that I had when I was a kid. I played with this. So
Mine's probably in like 20 pieces.
yes, because you blew it up, and you're so proud of it. By the way, I blew mine up. Yeah, okay. Well, now what?
It was really cool at the time.
It was. There's something interesting though. Yeah, it's really cool though, right? Isn't it? Just it's got the Mattel there. It's got all the little info and stuff on the back there. It's kind of cool. Yeah. So I thought everyone would get a kick out of the fact that I kept it all together. Unlike you, Chris, I never took this outside into the wild. So
it
this
would have
was
been the
a
dirt.
Domesticated.
Yeah.
It was a domesticated Raider. It never left the house. So this is kind of cool, though. This destruction thing is cool. Look at that.
Covers all of them.
I knew this would have all the stuff in it. So that's that, man. I don't know. Well, when do you get a chance to actually look or unbox a 40-year-old toy that's actually yours? So let's see. I'm sure someone's got some comments. No pilot. Oh yeah, I have the pilot. I showed it earlier. It's the little one, the little gray one. No rifles, no missiles for the Cylons. Jeff, didn't you say? Who said they're killers? They don't need missiles or rifles. They just do what they got to do, right? Did you have to put on the stickers? Yes. Yes,
Yeah,
you did.
it did.
Yeah, you put the stickers on. So clean. Actually, Jeff, no. It's actually not, because I had it out for years.
It's a little dusty.
You can't tell that it has. Yeah, it's kind of dusty, but I had it out on the shelf for many years. But I kept the box and the papers in it and stuff. I don't know. Just I don't know why. But anyway. Yeah,
All right.
So clean.
Moving on. Here's the next set.
Yeah. Night kitties. It's 2 a.m. here. May your stockings be full, your glasses be full, and your plates be piled full. As Happy Christmas. Bless you all. Cheers. Linda, cheers to you. Thanks for tuning in, and have a great holiday season and a Happy New Year as well. So you take care of yourself. Thank you for your support. We love you. Yeah, Jeff Walters, Paul, Lone Cylon Pilot. Looks awesome. Yeah, Jeff. I love this stuff very much, right? Like you guys. I just love the Galactica, and I loved all the toys and stuff, and what little play I did with them. Again, I was a little older than Chris. I think by 2 years, so I was way older than Chris, and so I didn't really I played with them for a short amount of time, but I loved collecting them. So I wanted to make sure I took care of them, because I really was into the show, way more than Star Wars. Although, like Chris, I'd collected the Star Wars figures. I did play with the Star Wars figures a lot more. I tried to not lose, the weapons. It was hard. So somewhere, I also, believe it or not, I have the cards that they came on. Right, so I still have the action figure cards for the Galactica, and some of my Star Wars. As a matter of fact, I don't know, Chris, you mentioned Star Wars. I have about 20 carded Star Wars figures.
See,
from the original.
once again, I have
Even
Star
a
Wars.
Boba Fett.
Yeah,
I have a Boba Fett carded figure. It's like in mint condition.
yeah, I've
So,
got Star Wars ones, but
no.
they're all in the. I actually have I gave them to my son for keeping right now, but it's the actual case that had all the slots for a bunch of them.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
So I actually
That's
have
really
that.
cool. Yeah. Hey, Robert Bergeron, thanks for joining us live, man. We're going over, I don't know when you tuned in, but, welcome. And we're talking about, the toys, man, what it was like. It's like, the Christmas season. And so, we're going through some of the toys. Chris doesn't have all of his stuff handy, but I happen to dig up some
I don't
stuff.
have that many toys. I really don't.
Yeah, I still, I kind of kept them, and I was lucky that we had just enough room to keep all this stuff.
No, the
George
books.
says, I know, I know where they are. Yeah, you do, George, I know. Swifter dusters work great for cleaning without damage to the toy. Yeah, you know what, I guess, it's a debate for me personally, but yeah, I guess I probably will. Only because it's got a little age to it, like they talk about,
Yeah, I mean, I can't remember. It's one of the Facebook groups. It's Battlestar Galactica Toys.
Yeah.
And I wanted to really do a shout out to them, and I totally forgot what the name of the group is. But if you look up Battlestar Galactica Vintage Toy Group, they actually have information on how to de-yellow the plastic and everything else.
Yes, that's right.
I was like, wow, these guys are really into it. We really need to get a hold of those guys and see if their leadership is
cool.
willing to come on.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so I'm putting everything back into the box, guys. And that's where all this paperwork shall stay until that day that, I don't know. I don't know what will happen. We'll see. I'm going to write this all into my will.
The will.
Yeah, the will.
Ready for the next one?
Yeah, go for it, man. Go for it.
All right, so this was kind of cool. So there's the Scarab, which really was never existed in the show. And then there's your gold-colored Cylon where you can send off for it.
Oh, boy. Chris, I debated.
Proof of purchase from any 4 of the Mattel Battlestar Galactica 4-inch figures. So you had to send in you had 4 of those, you sent them in.
Yeah.
Then there's the Galactic Cruiser, which is like the yo-yo. The Battlestar Galactica yo-yo. I think it was all made by the same company because it has that same look on the back card. The back card there. Oh. But the Vertibird, I've had a number of Vertibird toys when I was growing up. I don't believe I didn't have the Viper, I don't think, but the Vertibird was the closest thing you could get to a remote control without having a remote control.
I knew somebody that had that.
Yeah.
I knew someone that had that thing. I think it was pretty cool.
So I think they had a Space 1999 Vertibird I used to play with. But you always reach down and we try to get it low enough, and you pick things up with it and fly it around in circles, and that was about all it did.
Yeah, that's all it did. It was on a wire. It just went around and around.
Round and round and round. It's like we were not easy to please, evidently, in our younger ages. Because you would imagine nowadays, you give one of those to your kids, and they're like, so what does it do? So, it flies round and round.
Strangle you with it.
It flies round and round and round. And okay, what's it do?
No.
Is it Bluetooth? No. Is it Wi-Fi?
They wouldn't even open the box. They would take it back immediately and be like, where's the receipt for this?
Where's the receipt?
I want this. Yeah. Did you talk about the Galactic Cruiser?
Yeah, there's like I said, that's a... Like what?
I saw those at a lot of we used to have these stores called Optimos. They were like a cigar shop, and they would have those, like all of them, even the wallets. And I'm like, that's stupid. That's nothing to do with Battlestar Galactica except for pictures. I don't want that. That's dumb. I didn't want to spend a dime on that. I'm like, nah, I'd rather get something else. There were 3 of them. Yes,
Jeff says there's 3 of them. Yeah, I think it was one blue.
Yeah.
I remember the blue one.
Yeah. George G says, I know where your stuff is, in your garage. Oh, boy.
Better put an alarm system in down there.
Yeah, no kidding. So Robert says, Robert Bergeron, what do you think is the rarest Mattel toy? I think the Hero 3-pack is the rarest in my searching. Dude, we'll get there.
I don't really know.
We'll get there.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you my opinion on what I think is. And, of course, Paul had mentioned this earlier. Paul Roeder said the Mattel Land Ram. I think that is by far, because if I'm not mistaken, that came out in Canada, was released in Canada only.
Yeah.
But you got to go to the next slide, Chris. Go ahead, just put it up, man. Just let it rip, man.
Now this one's one of my favorites because I put together all of the models. Now I did blow them up with firecrackers as I got older, but I put all the models together.
Oh my God!
But look at the price on those things. $5.96. Oh.
Yeah.
But I did own, and I still have the lunchbox and the thermos.
Is it the original or the
Yes,
the
the original lunchbox and thermos, and it's not stained with SpaghettiOs. Doesn't have the red SpaghettiO stains. Because I think my mom was too cheap to buy the SpaghettiOs. I only got soup in it, and I didn't like tomato soup, so it never got stained. But I actually have.
I have.
Yeah, the lunchbox is kind of weird because you flip it on the other side and it's like Boxy waving at one of the Cylons. One of the Cylons waving at Boxy. I'm like, that's just not right. Now beheading Boxy, that would be different, but.
No, stop talking nonsense. Robert Baum just brought up another great one.
What's that?
He says, didn't testers or some company like that make a model rocket? Yes. Not only they made it was a Viper, and they made a laser torpedo. And I had the laser torpedo, and I used to launch model rockets. Of course, I would force my cousins and well, actually, I was brought in on the gang at school, and then from that I would make my cousins do it. So we would launch. I launched that the laser rocket, the Battlestar Galactica Viper laser rocket thing. I launched it a bunch of times, and I was able to retrieve it. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. I never did the Viper though. Rob, thumbs up to you, man. That was a good one. Let's see, Sweet Price Smarty, we have to go back. Yes, Paul, we definitely got to go. Estes. Robert Bergeron, Estes, that's right. That's
Estes, yep, the Estes rockets.
Oh, busted. Bring it up. All
right, ready?
The next slide. Man.
Next slide.
Yeah, take the gloves off. Man. Let's go. Look at that. New Warriors Battle Jacket for exciting adventures from the disco to the outer limits of space. Chris, that's all you, man.
Let's do the disco, baby.
The disco, yeah.
And then the other one to the right of that is all of those iron-ons. Back in the day, there was a number of iron-ons I had.
Oh yeah. Oh my
$4.99 each.
Jeff sent a bunch of pictures, man. Holy macaroni. Hey, Jeff, is this your stuff? Are these pictures of your collection? Is this your stuff? Oh, my God.
I think I'm along with Mediocre Modeler. I didn't buy the rockets. But, yeah, if you launched that thing up in the air, it would have been heart-stopping. I mean, am I ever going to see it again?
Oh, it was. And you made sure, like, whenever you shot that up, I made sure that I kind of, like, it wasn't the first one I'd done, so I made sure that it was a good day and the wind wasn't blowing. And by the way, here's the jacket.
That is an original jacket, isn't it?
That's mine. It's my original jacket, the one I keep talking about, that I actually wore on Christmas with my cards. This is it. This is my original jacket, and it was made by somebody called Unlimited, and it was bought from that ad that you guys saw in Starlog magazine, and it's got the patch. Bring this up so you guys can see the patch.
That's
right,
nice.
And it's like gold and gold thread, and it's got a pocket in the front. There's a pocket here, and I believe there's a inside. I think it was an inside pocket, was it? No, it wasn't. thought there was. No, it's just this. All right, so it's this one. But Chris, you'd asked me about the buckles.
Yeah,
And
they look really good.
Yeah, these are really good buckles. So, and obviously these things still work. So let me show you up close.
Boy, that thing's small. You only got 3 buckles on it. 4 buckles on it.
No, it's got the 4. It's got 4.
You still fitted
Yeah,
it?
it's got 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, my leg, my right leg can wear this. So, I made my son wear this once when he was like 9 or 10, and we went to a convention, and so the buckles are really cool. They got the spring, they're really cool. So, and of course it's got the rank, the military intelligence, right? Officer.
Did it come with those, or did you actually buy this separate?
Yeah, it did. Yeah, look at the way it was. It's you can't
Oh, wow.
take them off.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
can't take
Yeah,
them
they're riveted on.
They're riveted on. Yeah, I know that somebody. I don't know if it's one of our supporters had said that they dyed theirs. I had no idea how to do that. If I would have known how to do that, I probably would have done that with mine.
Yeah, because they look real tan compared to brown.
Yeah, this is like a khaki. Now
Yeah.
the
But if
the
you look at
legend-
the images from the thing, it actually looks the same color. There, it looks like that tan. Yeah, if you look at that, it looks tan as well. It doesn't look brown.
Yeah. So the legend is that they got sued, and there's supposedly they were able to put out maybe like 100 in the brown, and to get around, I don't know what, I don't know if it's licensing or not, they made it a different color, and that was like the compromise or something. And so that's why it's khaki and not actual,
Well, look at look at the ad. It doesn't say Battlestar Galactica anywhere. It says New Warriors Battle Jacket from the disco to the outer space of space. And then down at the bottom it says Warriors Battle Jacket, Super Deluxe Space Jacket of some of your favorite TV characters in a ruggedly constructed light olive brown denim. It's unique styling, and it's 100% cotton denim. Durably makes a perfect family game disco from the backyard to your blah, 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 blah. 2 insignia pins, blah, blah, blah. And the prices. The men's sizes small, medium, large, and extra large was $39.95. That's.
I told you, I begged my parents. That was the only gift. That was the only gift I wanted. I didn't want anything else. Like they asked me, like, what do you want? Do you want like a new pair of shoes? Do you want like? Well, I was like, no, I just want the jacket. I'm like, you don't want like a, some no. But all I want is that. Don't you want like a pair of new jeans or something? Like, no, I don't want socks. I don't want anything. All I want is the jacket. So then so you know how parents can be. Like, we're parents, and it was like, well, if you get all 90s or better in school, we'll consider it.
We'll think about it. Yeah.
Man. I saved every penny. Mediocre Modeler says, so basically Pete was the kid we all hated because he got everything.
Got everything.
I got what I wanted. I got to tell you, though, the truth of the matter is that I saved every penny, and that's what I learned real quick, that if I wanted to get this stuff, because my parents, they weren't, that's not how they played. It was, all right, Christmas time, you make a list. It's not going to be around at Christmas. If I don't get one of these now, it's not going to make it to Christmas. They're like, no, that's when you're going to get it. That's you right at Christmas or your birthday. I'm like, my birthday? It's October. It's not going to be there now. So I saved all my money. Anytime I could get a scrounge, a dime or a nickel or anything, man. And by the time Battlestar Galactica came out, I was helping out on Sundays in my dad's restaurant. So anytime I got my hands on anything, my old man, give me a couple of bucks, I didn't spend it except when I was going to buy my Battlestar Galactica. Because if I went to him and said, by the way, I want to get Galactica, he'd be like, Galactica who? I'm like, well, the Galactica, what are you talking about? Like, yeah, but Battlestar Galactica again. Battlestar Galactica. How many times are we gonna have this conversation? No, no more Battlestar Galactica. Stop talking about Battlestar Galactica. Go do your homework. Don't talk about Battlestar Galactica. So I learned real quick, man. If I want to get my stuff, I gotta save my pennies, man. And that's what I did. I just, as a matter of fact, the reason that I bought a VCR, and so by the time I was 13, I was working. I was helping out. In the donut shop, and I was, finishing donuts and stuff. So my dad would throw me some money, and same thing. Anytime birthdays, money. I don't want toys. I don't want anything. I want money. And I saved up enough to get a VCR because I want to be able to record, reruns of Galactica and Airwolf and Equalizer, whatever the heck was on at the time. The only way you could do it, obviously, was, you're going to, man, I saved like you wouldn't believe, lunch money, everything to get a VCR.
When you go back to VCRs, those are the days that you had to record it onto a VCR tape or you didn't get to watch it.
Right,
because,
exactly. That's it.
It was, it was scheduled at different dates and times, and these are the dates and times you get to watch it. And if you don't make those dates and times, well, you're just out of luck because it's probably not a Blockbuster. And, it's not like you're going to go to Amazon and download it now or go to YouTube and find it. It just doesn't, They just don't, the kids, they got nowadays are like, get it now. We couldn't do it back then. You had to record it yourself.
Yeah, man. You know what I did a few times, Chris? Some of you guys will get a laugh out of this, but you'll get it. Was I recorded? I got a cassette, recorder, and I would record the actual episode so you could listen to it and play it back later.
So, how
else am I gonna watch it? There's no,
I got made fun of in school. I did a book report on the Battlestar Galactica book because I read all the books, and I I had the big cassette player. And I held it up to the TV to get the soundtrack and brought that in and did the book report on it. Yeah, I was labeled a nerd the entire time I was in school. So
yeah, didn't care.
Nope.
Because so I don't know about you, man, but I was lucky, and some of you guys will probably also get in on this. Is that I was lucky enough that when I was in junior high school. Right, so when I made it from 6th to 7th grade, everybody starting in 7th grade at the time, most of the guys in class that I was in, everybody was into it. Everybody's into Star Wars. They were all into, the Galactica and Flash Gordon. Everything was going on. It was a really good group of guys, and we ended up starting to go to conventions together in Manhattan, in the city. So I guess, that helped, right? That helped a lot because I had a good bunch of guys.
I grew up in Wyoming. No, it didn't help.
Sorry, buddy. Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah, my buddies,
you were a nerd,
Sammy and Kavork and
that was it.
All the guys used to go. It was a lot of fun. George G says, I remember that jacket. Yes, that's right. You do remember it. And I still got it, and it's still pristine. I mean, I wore it a lot, but anyway. So hey, come on, let's wrap this up, man, because we got some other good stuff.
I loved Blueberry. Blueberry was amazing.
I bought that thing.
What the heck is it?
That thing.
What is it?
So you see it? You see the green thing? It comes in pieces, and you put it together, and it's like a sort of like a mock-up, a cardboard mock-up of the Viper's control. And
is it plastic?
Part of
looks like it's paper.
No, it's cardboard. It was cardboard. It came in a large manila envelope, and the best part of this is it actually came with a patch, and it came with a poster. That poster, which is like it's really small. That poster is really, really cool, and I still have that
Cylon
set up. No, it's a Viper, man. It's supposed to be the Viper.
Well, it's not worth anything then.
It's really cool, man. Really cool. And it was and it also came with an adventure card. So that was a limited release. General Mills had like I think 6 different cards, but they weren't. I think they were stickers too, and they were really cool. So I still have that thing somewhere. But the poster that came with it, Chris, very cool. There used to be a werewolf one too. Yes, there was. Yes, there was. I got one. Robert Bergeron's got one too. Yeah. I bought it too from Robert Baum, and it was a huge lawn push mower. Oh, yeah, yes, the lawnmower, of course. MCA, Battlestar Galactica, VHS. That's right. That's right. Out in the 80s. I told you.
Yep.
I got $5 for mowing the old lady's next door lawn. Got paid and walked to the T&G and Y to buy my toys. See? There you go, buddy. All right, you get it.
I take that back. The only place we would go is Woolworths.
Woolworth, yeah.
They had the
five
toy
and dime,
section.
Right, there was a 5 and dime. Yep.
And you want the Holy Grail now?
AVs. Let's do it. Yeah,
The
we're
Holy
wrapping
Grail?
it up, guys. This is the, yeah. There it is.
The Holy Grail.
Never could find that, of course. And there's, the little picture is, well, one is the Land Ram, of course. The other thing is what we were talking about earlier. We mentioned is that one prototype, the Battlestar Galactica, and I mean, you just go to the next slide, Chris.
I did.
There you go. So I remember seeing this in an ad somewhere. I don't know if it was Starlog or one of them somewhere, and it was expensive. This thing was going to be very expensive, and I started saving money. I was saving everything, man. I would be like, if I saw a penny in the street, I'd pick it up because I was going to buy that when that came out. And I remember saving and then finding out eventually that it wasn't going to be released. I was devastated. It was 22 inches long. I was like, oh my God, this thing is so freaking cool. Right? It was bigger than the model. I was like, oh, I was going to have it. But anyway, it obviously never came out. There is one prototype. It sold for like, I don't know, between $5,000 and $10,000 at auction.
Yeah, and the prototype was like a red colored plastic, if I remember correctly.
I don't know, something like that. Yeah. Or Fantastic Films or similar. I think it might have been Fantastic Films that announced it. Yeah, Rob, I think so. Oh yeah, so wanted it. Yup, Jeff, that's right. Paul Rotor Gold.
Land Ram.
The Viper. Yeah, the Land Ram. We never got to see that, but now what was it, a couple years ago? Guys with the 3D printers have been making those, and
there's a couple of people out there. And once again, I'll throw an advertisement out for those for that Facebook group with the vintage Battlestar Galactica toy Facebook group. They've got some people on there that are building these things, and I think there's some people who are 3D printing the missiles.
Yeah, they are. They have everything. They're doing they're doing all kinds of cool stuff. Actually, they're making the Viper and the Viper. They're making it big enough so you can actually put the figures in.
Yeah, the big figures in. Yeah, the 12-inch figures.
Yeah, the big figures. Yeah. So I mean, it was that time. Whatever the magic was, Chris. It was that time.
You can look back and just you get that warm and fuzzy. It's like, I remember that. It's not like
it was so much fun having all this stuff.
Simple.
So Christmas would come around. Like I remember that first winter, I'd be wearing that jacket that I got, and my pals down the block were like, they were kind of into it, but not enough to get one.
Here comes that Pete kid again. Oh man.
Yeah. No, my buddy.
All he's going to talk about is Battlestar Galactica.
No. I was lucky enough that the kid across the street was into it, and my buddy lived a couple doors down. He was into Battlestar Galactica, but just not enough to buy the. They didn't commit to that level that I was in. I mean, I was into I was like we are now, like crazy. Yeah. But they liked it, so it was fun. It was still fun. Guys, I don't know. I think it was kind of cool to reminisce a little bit about it was like.
It's the Battlestar Galactica toy catalog.
Yeah, it was cool. Unfortunately, though, there was a fatality.
Mm-hmm.
There was a 4-year-old from Atlanta, Georgia, that actually choked on one of the missiles.
Right.
And his family did sue, and unfortunately he passed away. He died. And so, you know, they took the springs out so that you couldn't shoot those things anymore.
Or they captured them,
And,
or they made them captured,
yeah.
so they would just click in place and stop.
Yeah. The model though, the model would actually shoot, the Viper would shoot like this thing from in front of it.
Yeah.
It was like, I think, a rubber band that you set up. So
Yeah, I remember
Yeah,
that
it
because
was-
when I put it together, I used super glue or something, and it got stuck, and it wouldn't work. I was mad.
Ah.
The little plastic nub underneath it wouldn't work. It wouldn't fire out. So it was like,
And then you blew it up.
yep, and ended up with a firecracker.
What's the matter with you, man? Oh boy.
A lot of the models
least
I
you
had,
got
I blew
stories
up with
to tell.
firecrackers.
Oh yeah. Jeff sent us a bunch of pictures, and yeah, confirmed kill. No kidding, Jeff Walters. Thank you. We're gonna have to put those up somewhere, Chris.
Yeah, maybe we'll start a post with show us your Battlestar Galactica toys or something.
I mean, I was like, I'm totally blown away. I was able to actually pull them up on my end. Really, really cool stuff. And I definitely want everybody. I want to share those with the rest of the group. Did you mention the Tops stickers in the Wonder Bread? You know what, Mediocre Modeler? Thank you for reminding me.
That's a whole new
God.
show when it comes to Pete's big into cards. So we could do a whole show on cards, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, I have some of the actual advertising stuff from the card. The Wonder Bread cards were the best. You know, I mean, these were great, but the Wonder Bread pictures that they used are just fantastic. So we'll get into that another time. But yeah, the cards were just phenomenal as well. Love that stuff. Chris,
That's right.
all good things. We're getting close to that time.
Yeah,
We have
so
to do
it's,
the Battle of Malachi.
Let's go into the Battle of Malachi now.
Yeah,
I need to do
let's do that.
another intro type thing. I mean, we don't have an intro for this.
Yeah,
So
we gotta
we
do
know what
another.
it is.
You gotta do something, man. Come on.
It's not
Love the
book
cards that
versus
came in the
it, huh?
bread.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Let's see. Robert Bound says, I think the missile matter might have been due to, well, maybe it was a Galactica, but that incident prompted Kenner to redo their Boba Fett.
Yes.
Yes.
There's a whole
100%
story on that.
correct.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah, you're right. Yeah, so we're definitely gonna put that stuff up. Lola, special Merry Christmas to you. Thank you. And so, Chris, the Battle of Malachi.
I don't have the book. I actually have it digitally, so you have your book.
Okay, so
You'll have to show the
I have
pictures.
mine.
Yep.
Yes. All right. So go ahead. Let her rip.
So once again, this is an excellent chapter. And
Oh, come on.
especially for the Cylons,
Yes.
because
of course.
we won't spoil the rest of the chapter, but there's a lot of fighting going on. So last chapter, if you remember, it was some battles going on. They're in this field with the Tylium, and things are blowing up, and they really can't shoot those things very well because the Tylium explodes. And so there's got this asteroid belt with explosives in it, and you've got all these ships fighting each other, and of course the Cylons don't care, and they're attacking with numerous different phalanxes of Cylon raiders.
Yeah.
And of course they destroy one Battlestar. Yes. And lots of colonial deaths everywhere. It's a beautiful thing. It really is. And
What
so,
the hell are you talking about?
oh, well, you didn't read the same chapter I did, evidently.
That's not. That's.
Is that the pictures? Oh, we'll pull the pictures up for this.
Yeah.
For this chapter, we'll pull up the pictures.
This is pretty.
Of course,
cool.
none of the pictures include the tremendous amount of colonial death.
Yeah, this
hang on.
one does.
Hold
What
on.
are you talking about? This is. Stop it with your weird,
That's
strange fantasies, man. So that's cool. I had another one up. I'm not sure what. I guess this might be I don't know. I guess the patch from maybe the Olympus or the Britannica.
Probably.
Or, I don't know. Could even be a squadron patch. I don't know.
Yeah.
But that's in. It's part of the artwork in the chapter. So, thought that was interesting.
Yep.
And
Is that it for the
scanners.
pictures?
And there's one more. There's just this.
Okay.
That's all. That's a repeat.
Yeah, that is a repeat.
That's it for now.
Out of that chapter, right?
Yeah. So, what I read in the chapter is that there's this. It's a tragic ambush, and that the Cylons, possibly 3 base stars, were waiting for the fleet, and there's sabotage going on. That's earlier, the setup in it.
Yep.
And by the time the Pegasus gets to their location, I mean, they don't even, they're making their way to Molokai. They don't even basically get there when they're attacked, and the Battlestar Olympus is destroyed. And in this chapter, the Britannica actually is not going to make it, and a lot of the support craft have also been destroyed.
Right. They mentioned
that.
Yeah. They mentioned that it says most of the fleet has been destroyed as well.
Yeah, exactly. And we also find out in this. I mean, this is not canon, right? This is written by Lee Galt and Sharon
This is
Monroe.
a fan fiction, yes.
Fan fiction, but it's very well made, guys. If you really want to read something like this is highly encouraged. They did mention there's 4 squadrons on the Pegasus, and so the other 2.
See, it's I don't know, Silver Spar,
Yeah.
Copper Keel,
Mm-hmm.
and then the other 2 are
Brass Strake and Bronze Wing.
I see a metal thing going here.
Yeah, metal. Yeah.
Aluminum
So
TARDIS.
Yes. Just relax again, right? That's where you go. So,
Stainless steel death traps.
yes, of course. And so
this whole chapter is pretty much run and gun battle.
Yes.
It's very well detailed. I think I enjoyed the detail of the battles in this chapter very much, because it was, of course, a lot of people dying.
Again? Oh boy. So anyway, bottom line is, guys, that there is it's not looking good for the Colonial forces.
Not looking good for the home team.
No, and they're evacuating the both the Battlestars got a chance to evacuate, and so whoever's left.
And the thing I noticed.
Space.
So they're evacuating, and they're like, they're calling these the people that's the characters from the story, calling them to help out with the evacuation and guiding the Cylon, guiding the shuttles, and the Cylons are attacking the shuttles. And Kane, he's on the bridge, and I think this chapter really does a good job at showing the Kane mentality, his thinking, his he's not slapping the crop against his leg a lot now. It's stationary. He's constantly having he's thinking, and he's every time a shuttle blows up with the survivors in it, he's angry, but he's not. He's controlled, and I think that really does a really good job at kind of giving you a frame of reference to what Commander Kane was all about. Here's a man who's very passionate, very commanding, angry, but under control enough to make the right decisions to guide the fleet, or in his case, the Pegasus, back and forth.
So the bottom line is, like you said, this chapter is dedicated to a lot of the flying and the combat of the Vipers and the Raiders, and there's overwhelming numbers, including the base ships, and they don't know where these the sheer overwhelming power that the Cylons have. They don't even know where this is coming from.
Right, and then one of the things that Kane says is, when at the last minute, there's another couple of phalanxes of Cylons show up, and he's like, he's like, I respect the commander of this. Tricky. So he's got that respect for the commander.
Leader.
Yeah.
Yeah, And they actually named the commander of the Britannica is named Commander Hera.
Yeah.
I thought that was interesting. So, yeah, bottom line is the Britannica also explodes.
Now,
and they describe it
yeah,
like we
go ahead.
saw.
Yeah, so the
in
character,
yeah,
but one of the characters goes back to the Britannica, lands in the landing bay.
yeah,
I can't remember his name. I'm horrible with names.
it's the captain, right?
Yeah, yeah.
It's the
So
captain
he goes
and
back,
his-
and the cadet
Yeah.
follows him in, even though he tells the cadet
Correct.
not to.
Yeah,
And they're trying
Yes.
to get to the commanding officer of the Britannica to rescue them. And he realizes after they've tried for a bit and realizes they're not going to do it. They're just not going to make it to the captain. So they turn
Yeah.
around to get back to their Vipers, and the Vipers are gone. So now they're stranded on the ship.
yeah,
And so they're luckily enough they find a shuttle, and they were able to get off on a shuttle. So there's
yes.
that's kind
It's
of a
the last
side
shuttle.
like a side quest. Would have been interesting in a movie or in a series, because you would have seen, you know, the destruction and the desperation, and then of course the initial defeat that he's not going to be able to do it, and then, you know, goes back to get onto the Viper and it's gone. Someone stole it from him.
Yes, the two Vipers.
Yep.
Because I think it's Captain Orestes
Yeah.
and his new wing. The cadet was pulled out of the academy on Caprica.
Right. Caprica. That was one
she
of
comes from
the
a-
replacements. Yeah.
Yeah, she comes from like a military family, Astartes or
Mm-hmm.
Astarte, and so they make it onto the actual landing bay, the only one that's available because the other one's been destroyed.
Right.
And they were told not to. They get on, they land, and they try to make it to the command bridge, where Orestes' sister is, I think, the
Right.
colonel or something.
Yes.
And they can't, and then they have to get back, and that's when they talk about, well, the Vipers are gone, and I think it's a med tech or somebody says,
Yeah.
well, then we got to get on the last shuttle, and that's what
Yep.
they do. They get on the last shuttle,
And then as they're flying away from the shuttle, a large explosion, blinding light, glorious sight for the Cylons as
yes,
the
the
Britannica,
Battlestar Britannica was gone.
it explodes.
I said yes to your description, not to the
Yes.
comments.
See? No, I think you agreed with me.
No, I agreed that you were actually saying it correctly, but not with the actions.
Yes. I think Jeff has it right. So awesome.
Look, no matter how you cut this, guys, it's really well written.
Yes.
Very well written.
And that's
And
kind of
in
where
the
this
future-
chapter ends, is at that point right there. So
Yeah.
now it's like,
So-
what's going to happen next? I mean, is the Pegasus going to come in and swoop in and destroy the rest of the base stars? One of the base stars is destroyed by the kamikaze guy. He flies between the two, so that one base star is destroyed, and the other one is severely damaged with the explosion
Yes.
from the Battlestar.
Yes.
And then
which was the Olympus.
right,
The Olympus sacrificed itself.
and then now the Britannica is
It's
beyond
gone.
repair and explodes. So there's still one fresh or somewhat fresh base star out there,
Base star.
one damaged base
And-
star,
and all those Cylons that are out there.
and all
There's
the
like
Raiders,
two
yeah.
new phalanxes of
Of
Cylon
Raiders.
Raiders that
Yep.
show up. So, not cool.
And,
Story's great,
yes.
right? I mean, I
Oh
never
yeah,
read this before.
I enjoy it.
This is fantastic. I thought it was really, really good. I hope you guys are reading it. The truth be told, we're not doing it justice, but this is fantastic fan fiction from two of the giants in the industry, especially the Battlestar Galactica fan fiction stuff
Yes.
from back in the day, right? So we're reading. This is from almost 30 years ago. Anyway, actually, you know what? Let me just, for the record, since I have
79 or 80?
I have it here. I have it here. It's
79.
1983.
1983, okay.
83. So it's right? It's quite old.
They figured after Galactica 1980, they was like, well, we got to do something because that sucked. So we need to do something. Battlestar Galactica in 1980, so they made their own. Much like last week when we talked to Mr. Gaudreau and his making your own, so he made his own.
That's right. But that's not to say, Chris, that there aren't good writers out there now as we speak. Yeah. There are those that are writing stuff up.
Yes, there's a bunch of people.
Yeah, and Lola and
yep.
Eric Padden and a whole bunch of others that are actually out there cranking stuff out that we will get into. We definitely will look at. We're going to, at some point feature some of their works. Eric Padden was on. We had a show with him. We interviewed him, and he's instrumental in keeping a lot of the fan fiction going. But Sean and Lola and others have actually written their own stuff. Right. So we definitely want to.
It's like we say, fans fuel the fleet.
That's the only way, man.
Yep.
So, Chris, it's close to that time.
Yes.
And it's what do you say, man? It's like the holiday.
It's the holidays,
right?
So we want to wish everybody. So thank you for joining us again. I hope you enjoyed the look at all of the different toys from our past. Granted, we didn't get into the new Battlestar Galactica toys, so there's a bunch of those as well. So we just kind of reminisced about the old one, but there was a huge amount of new Battlestar Galactica toys as well. I hope you enjoyed our look back at that. I hope you enjoyed the review of the Battle of Molokai, which will continue next Thursday. This is the last broadcast we're going to have before Christmas. So I want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas. And we'll see you right before the new year, and we'll kind of do a wrap-up of the year and talk about what we look forward to in the next year.
Absolutely. Thanks, everybody. And you guys that are joining us live, man, we really, really have a good time with you guys on. And everybody else that watches us later, thank you for tuning in. We sometimes are totally surprised at some of the numbers. I mean, it's pretty insane.
Who wants to watch those two old guys talk about Battlestar Galactica and other pop sci-fi stuff?
There's a lot. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. That's actually one of the best, gifts that anybody can give us is your time and sharing your pictures and your comments and all of that good stuff. Thank you so much. Happy holidays, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks. Hope to see you again. Stay safe. So for me, fans fuel the fleet. Have a great one, everybody. Stay safe, and wishing you Merry Christmas to everyone around the world.
Yes.
There you go. All the best.
Merry Christmas. Fans fuel the fleet. Thank you for joining us.